As you make your way once more down the familiar road, the dark miasma all around, the ruins of a house, your house, appear ahead. It's familiar. This is where you begin. This is where each loop starts. But as you prepare to sign the page, you notice something new. There is a new document, a new confession. You faced denial and you faced resentment, but now you must plumb the depths of obsession. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Loki Orin, and as you can see, we have just had a new patch drop. This is on the experimental branch, and just dropped at the time of recording. In the last few hours. This is November 8th. At least when I'm recording this. But yeah, so I just wanted to dive in. We'll watch this first cinematic here, but I wanted to talk about what's new and show some of it rather than going through the patch notes like I normally do. So I'm just going to shut up and let the cinematic play.
We set out immediately into the kaleidoscopic wilds of the countryside, and by sundown reached the remote manor whose whereabouts formed the sole contents of that cryptic invitation. At the behest of our charismatic host, we feasted beneath the banner of the Iron
It's the ancestor, that clown.
by an eager cabal of masked delegates.
All right, so we've gotten more of the story here. So the story so far is basically that we are amnesiac Wagoneer and the narrator were researching the Iron Crown. They got into a squabble, but then received an invitation from, it turns out, the ancestor, who is the both I guess spoiler alert, but is both the driving force, the cause of the Call of Adventure, but also the final villain of Darkest Dungeon 1. So it's all his fault at the end of the day. But does mean we have the first big change. We have a new confession, a new confession boss. I have no idea what it is. This is literally the patch released, and I'm making this video. I will be playing my next run after Delenda Est finishes with this new patch. But first, let's check out one of the new things here. Let's go to our crossroads. Unfortunately, Kiryu is still remembered. Interesting. Are his quirks? Oh, his quirks are still here too. Awesome, but it looks like we can actually change paths. Does that rechange Kiryu? It does not. So maybe it was a bug before that we weren't able to change Kiryu's paths. But here's where it gets interesting. Where is it? One of the changes that each character will have a goal. Each character will have a goal that's like a new hero goal. So let's just I don't want to ruin. Okay, hang on. Nope, Samael's named. Okay, and Hellion's not named. Okay, there we go. I don't even. It's not important because what we're gonna do here, I'm just gonna select some different things here. So this is not gonna be a real run, but we're just gonna go ahead here because I want to see if we can find the hero goals. So I will check back with you in a moment. And here we go. We have some hero goals you can see on the left-hand screen here. So Baldwin, to earn a candle, wants to kill 2 pillagers. Saramenti, for 1 candle, wants to enter the Tangle. And Bonnie wants to go to the sluice for 1 candle. I do know in the patch notes, which I will link in the description in the section down below, that you will start off with what are basically very easy tutorial goals, and these are very easy. Go to this region, kill 2 pillagers, which is literally fight 2 bandits. Very easy, and then they will start ramping up. The goals are set for each expedition and will refresh each time. They're essentially just there to help farm candles out and also give you some extra things to play. In addition to this, and I'm not going to go ahead and show it because I want to save our dropping candles for the run, There have been changes to the regions, mostly cosmetic. For example, the sprawl, you'll need to keep a steady hand on the reins as you guide your coach through sewer sections clogged with offal and melted fat, which sounds grody. Or the fodder, where withered fields and muddy road sections create a claustrophobic contrast to the open grazing lands. So basically, they varied the terrain a bit to make it a little bit less of a burden to drive the coach through. It doesn't sound like there's any gameplay implications to it, just appearance changes. In addition to that, there are new region modifiers. They've changed it so that relationship act outs, so like the like an attack or a block will no longer or I guess it would just be attacks no longer consume strength and crit tokens, which is nice. I mean, it was always nice when the you'd land a free crit basically, but it was kind of annoying that you couldn't set that up. You like were spending the token out of when you wanted to. In addition to that, there are changes to the cultists, mostly it seems like mostly I'd say like nerfs, or if not nerfs, like kind of just meh. Most of them are either related to movement or actually nerfs, like the chance of their out of position moves. So things like Rush Judgment and Brisk Bedevilment, which cause the Evangelist and the Cherub respectively to move. Those only move them one rank instead of two, and they're now less likely to generate a worship. In addition to that, there's a ton of new academic lines throughout the game. They fixed some audio bugs. They did a bunch of miscellaneous fixes. So all in all, it's a fairly short patch notes, but it's a huge change because we've got the new confession. So tune in next time. Once Delenda Est is finished, we'll be diving into the new confession, checking that out, and look forward to seeing you there in Obsession's Gaze. Until then, see ya.